Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah. We're back again. It's like I never left. Yes, Dynamic tomorrow is going to be a PC stream, and I'll tell you why. Hold on. I'll show you why. Yeah, we're not joking around anymore. We're not playing around anymore. All right? We got the Wi-Fi extender. All right? So this room that's like a dead house, right? I'm gonna have connection. I'm gonna have Ethernet, right? I got my PC right here. I just got this like 20 minutes ago. So I didn't set anything up yet. All right, Jay Bird, welcome back to the stream. But what that does mean is that tomorrow it'll be set up. And it's nothing crazy. I'm not like a spec guy. I don't game or anything, so I don't really care. I can't really lift it up. You guys want me to lift up the PC? Welcome back, Kitty, my loyal supporter. We're celebrating this being the last stream on my dumb little iPhone. Fuck Apple. All right, so hold on. I'll lift it up. Ugh. God, it's so heavy. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, right here. All right. This baby, it's time. All right. Me and my boy, we're gonna really set some stuff up. Okay. Really set some stuff up. Right? With the power of this PC, I don't know the specs because I'm not a PC person. I don't know and I don't care. I just know it can run if I stream and it can run the bare minimum. Okay? So I'm sorry to disappoint. I've never been that kind of person. Okay? I got this recommended. So recommended me this for the basics, and then I dropped the money for it. All right? Call it stupid? Yeah. But I actually got this a while ago when I first wanted to stream regularly. This is a long time ago when I was streaming on TikTok. And I thought, since some of my TikTok lives had a lot of people, I thought I was going to be a huge streamer, so I invested a lot of money. That turned out to be a bad idea. So I stopped streaming until now. So I always had the PC. I have 2 monitors. I think I can show you that. Hold on. Sorry, the camera's really smudged. But I got 2 monitors already. I got my keyboard that I've had for a long time. So, and I got the Saratoga water, but that's unrelated. Oop. Okay. I used to use OBS a lot. But not for streaming. I've used it for regular content recording and stuff. I think I'm pretty in tune with it, so I don't think I need too much help. I think I'll be fine. But if I need help, I'll be sure to ask you guys. You know. What's up, Onyx? And this cut, there's no blood anymore, but it looks like I have a huge gash in my thumb. What's up, James? What's up, Finn? How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. I wanted to set this whole thing up beforehand, but I couldn't. So this is going to be like a kind of impromptu stream. So I don't know what we're gonna do today, but we'll figure it out. I'm not gonna do what we did yesterday, cause I don't want to be here for 3 hours, you know. But we will be here for at least an hour, just chilling out, you know. Let me go in frame. Okay, here you go. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time, guys. And we're just gonna relax and we're gonna be goofy, you know. Dodo, you're at work watching this. What better things to do than watching my dumbass talk about nothing, you know? So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Do I have an objective for streams? I will. I think my objective is gonna be to talk about the things that I talked about on the Marshall Show in depth, you know, react to it live and explain my thoughts thoroughly. And then other than that, probably just reacting to things that the stream wants me to react to. We'll play probably some games that interest me. You know, just doing things that are fun and light and not too heavy because life is depressing. I don't want my streams to be depressing as well. You know what I mean? So that's the prerogative. I don't know why you have the urge to say slurs. You might have to check that out. I have to get that checked out, big boy. Um, you know, I know there's like a stereotype like COD being in COD lobbies and wanting to say slurs and being toxic. And I don't think I I've never been like a COD person in general. I've never really dealt with that because my mom never let me go on like voice chat or anything. But man, when I started gaming with the friends I had in like middle school, shit got toxic. You know, I actually hung out with the friends I was friends with in middle school a few days ago. We played basketball. I skunked. I was the boy. I killed them. All right. And if they're watching this, you can attest to it. Don't try to lie. I busted their ass. All right. And my goal is for next year when we hang out for me to be so successful that I mog them. Welcome back. Ugh. This is really bothering me. I don't want to show it too much, but it's like it hasn't even thought of closing in. It hasn't been that long since it happened. Thank you, Halen. But like it's really bothering me. So hopefully it heals because I did not feel like putting more band-aids on. It's not gonna bleed anymore. So that's good. But like it's just getting really, really annoying, you know? You guys understand that, bro. I've been in OG COD lobbies and I'm a white dude and slurs have always been lame and lazy. Being a little edgy is one thing, but slurs are lame as fuck. Yeah, they've always been lame. And they are super lazy, you know? Scotch tape, yeah, I probably won't do that. But you know, when you're like fucking 13 or 12 or whatever age, you think that's cool, especially like around like the mid 2010s or early 2000s, like that was just like normal. Super glue, yeah, maybe I'll put super glue later. That's not a horrible idea. Maybe some Gorilla Glue. I think that might be good. You know what's interesting? Because someone said something. The whole Christianity thing. I don't ever bash Christianity. My mother is somebody who's devoutly Christian, and I know that if it wasn't for Christianity, she would be. I don't even know if she'd be alive. You know, welcome Vespi. Um, but I will say that people who claim to be Christian and they're like the most hateful, bigoted people in the world, I hate them so much. It's so annoying dealing with those people. Like they'll be like, yeah, black people are so low IQ, duh. And then you'll go into their profile and it'll be like God first, and it's like, come on, man. Like just because it says God first, the black people gotta be last. I'm like, I have not seen the new Spider-Man movie, and I have not seen the Spider-Verse trailer. And I did not listen to any music or albums because it was actually an anniversary between me and one of my girlfriends. So I spent the day doing that. So guys, I told you I'll try to get to it, okay? You gotta be patient, all right? You know, it's unfortunate. I filmed 5 videos today, and I think I only posted 3. The other 2 videos, admittedly, I don't know if they were that good. But I had such a busy day, I couldn't even post the videos that I had because I still have to edit them. So I'll have them for tomorrow if I decide to post them. Because I don't know if I liked them too much. I think the videos were about, there was this black woman doing like kind of the same bit where they're like, oh, they're transracial, so now they're white and this and that. Marshall, my sister is going to college today and I'm sad, what should I do? I don't know, go to college with her. I'm like, but it's okay, she'll be back, you know? She'll be back to wash her clothes or something. I don't know. It won't be too long. She'll drop out. I'm gonna put that on her. She'll drop out and then she'll be nothing and you'll get her back. How about that? You know? That's rude. I'm joking, but um, so like Washington, oh my gosh. Minnesota. Ooh, I can't name 10 birds. Cock. That's not really that funny. That's not that funny at all. But yeah, this black woman was doing the same transracial thing. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to talk about this Drew thing for this long. I hate making videos about the same topic over and over again. But like this whole discourse is devolving into something really sinister and actually hurtful to communities. So it's like, it's hard not to constantly talk about it. And what I hate more than anything are when people who claim to be progressive start supporting like radical conservatives just because they made one point that they kind of agree with. It happens with so many people. It happened with Candace Owens, you know? So it's like, I wish people had more wherewithal to understand that this is straight, this is like a psyop, you know? Like, it's intending to disrupt and divide. And I wish people wouldn't fall for it. Because you're not going to see me stop parading some white racist woman just because she made a point that obviously I don't agree with at all. But like, even if I did, I would not start parading her like my deity. Like, you're crazy. I have no idea how to use Blender. Yeah, it is overtaking. And you know, I'm not going to say that TikTok is my favorite app of all time. But what I will say is that when it comes to my algorithm was really tight and it was really condensed with just things that I aligned myself with. And I know you should never want to be in an echo chamber. I'm not trying to say that I ever see videos that I disagree with, but what I will say is that um, the people who disagree with me, usually the people who, oh sorry, I was about to say something stupid. What can I say? Well, how can I word this? Even if there was a video that I disagree with, usually the people I align with will also disagree with them. But now I'm seeing like videos that are so bigoted and people that I thought were cool people agreeing. And I'm like, what's going on? Like it makes me really, it's like I feel like I don't know what's going on. You know, I really don't. So, um, hopefully this stuff dies down. I don't know how it will, but it seems like this just created a new wave of transphobes. But as you think about it, they probably were transphobic anyway. Because what's really funny to me, because this point is something I tell my friends and people who I talk about the discourse with. When it comes to you being transphobic or not, trans people aren't even asking you to think they're good people or to think that they're like, you know, not annoying or whatever. They just want you to, you know, acknowledge that they are trans, you know, acknowledge that they are the gender that they say they are, right? So like for you to be in support of trans people, you would think that the only thing that will derail your thought processes when it comes to that is going through some kind of line of thinking that made you not agree with the fact that their gender sometimes doesn't align with their sex. You get what I'm saying? So like you watching a discourse on TikTok and you assume that a trans person said um, that their womanhood is more beautiful, even though the person wasn't a trans woman who said that. But even if you thought they were a trans woman and they said that, even if the gall of them was so crazy and you disagreed and you thought they were like just being so barbaric with their thought process, that wouldn't make you out of nowhere uh, reverse your line of thinking when it comes to acknowledging trans identities. That doesn't really make any sense. Like, if like just let's think about it as like homosexuality. Like if I supported gay rights or whatever, and I saw one gay dude say something so crazy about like heterosexual people, I wouldn't go, oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, I think being gay is a sin. It's like what? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense for you to now completely reverse your thought processes and your line of thinking because you don't like one gay person. You know what I mean? Those two things aren't related. You can now think that all gay people are annoying, maybe, you know, and obviously that is still homophobic. But for you to be like, you know what, gay people, being gay is a sin. It's like, how? What happened for you to think that, you know? So like, how can one trans person say something and now you're immediately not in support of trans people or trans people being trans in the first place? Now you think now you think this whole trans identity thing is like a made up thing. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I say these people were already transphobic if they have their whole worldview crushed because of some dumb discourse on TikTok, a podcast clip. You let a podcast clip change your whole political worldview, man. Just because people were a little annoying to you, grow up. We're grown ass adults. Grown adults, and you let something so frivolous change your mindset on something so serious, you are fickle. Fickle. So it's like, that's why it's so frustrating even trying to engage in this discourse. Like, this is actually real stuff with midterms coming up. Like, I don't care. But I do care. But like, I don't care to the sense of like, this is actually gonna make me change my thoughts on anything. Like, my politics are set in stone because of the hours and decades, I'm only 25, of life experiences and education that led me to my thoughts on things. I'm not gonna let one discourse completely change that. No, man. Like the same, even though I see all these cis women be completely bigoted, you think that's gonna make me assume that now women should be oppressed? Does that make any sense? Like, no, man. Oh my goodness. Whew, my gosh. It's so absolutely ridiculous. It's so absolutely ridiculous. And I'm happy that my most closely respected mutuals are in agreement of what I'm saying. Like they're thinking the same way. They're like, are you guys even caring about this for real? You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know. Y'all like these rants? Thanks, Dodo. I've been thinking about it for the last week. I'm surprised how, like, I'm not used to seeing, and you can say I'm in an echo chamber, but I know that transphobia is a thing. Obviously, I know I talk about it all the time, but it's like the thing about it is that the fact that they're infiltrating my feed at such look, cis men being transphobic, whatever, conservatives being transphobic, whatever, like black women at large being so transphobic, and they're being very ignorant with their transphobia too, you know, like, and I'm not generalizing, I'm just saying these specific transphobic cis women are being very ignorant as well, because like a lot of these people are using their oppression as a shield, you know, and that's just not cool. That's not cool. And again, I am so disappointed in my fellow fucking black people who are literally. I saw this one black woman make a video about that white conservative who's acting like she's black to like prove a point and to try to prove that the Jew of all thing was stupid. And this person correctly was like, now she's integrating black people into this, right? To prove this point, to discriminate on another group. Like, leave us out of this, you know? And people are like, you don't get the point, huh? It's satire. She's saying that she's transracial to point out that trans people having the gall to talk about their womanhood is hypocritical. Don't you understand? It's like, yeah, I actually completely understand. And the fact that she's able to weaponize black people into this discourse is so disgusting. And you guys are falling for it. You're letting a cis, white, conservative woman align with the whole black race for the fact that she's trying to show that trans identities are completely fabricated. That you guys, no way, you guys are letting her do that. And you are. Like, are you serious? Like, I really can't believe it. It's so absolutely frustrating, you know? Yeah, exactly. But I support gay rights. It's like, I can't believe it. Like, intersectionality, I understand that this is a thing, but like, you guys have to understand, like, thank you, Cleo, I appreciate being a big fan. You have to think about this, right? I'm a black person. Since I'm a black person, it's very easy for me to understand the plight when it comes to black people, right? Not saying that all black people understand, you know, racial bias and all these things, because obviously there's some coons, you know? But like, since I am black, it's easy for me to understand it because I lived through these experiences. Although, since I lived through these experiences and I understand what it feels like to be oppressed, and I understand all these racial stigmas and stuff, you would hope that because of that line of thinking and because of my perspective, I'm able to use that when talking about other minority groups and discriminated against groups, you know, and I'm pansexual. But like, if I was a straight man, I should be able to take that ideology and understand what it means to be oppressed for people who are gay. You know what I mean? I should understand, yeah, gay people are oppressed. Gay people do deal with this and that. You know what I mean? Same, I am a man, I'm a cis man, right? So I understand that men oppress women, right? And I can use the lens of the oppression over black people, and I can understand and try to relate and try to have a better level of understanding. Not saying they're going to be completely the same or whatever. I'm just using a base example that I can be able to reflect those experiences, right? Yes, intersectionality. So like, the fact that people are so single-minded where they're like, they can't use that same reflection, it's so frustrating. You know, and the whole idea of like, if black people Um, if it wasn't for racism, a lot of black people would be MAGA, and it's true, and this is showing that, right? Like like I'm seeing a bunch of black cis women be transphobic and homophobic, and they seem like they like traditional values, right? So like, if it wasn't for you being black, or let's say if it wasn't for you being black and a woman, what would stop you from being a raging MAGA head? You understand what I mean? Because ideologically, you agree with most of it. You agree with most of the core tenets. You know, because you're basically conservative. So I don't know. It's really annoying. I wasn't even supposed to talk about this. I said I wanted to keep things light, and now I'm doing all this. But it's been really, really crowding my brain bad, and because it's just so disappointing to see people fall into these dumb traps. So hopefully people can buckle up. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this all boils over. Hopefully it just people just start forgetting about it and we'll go back to normal, whatever that looks like, right? Thank you, Scooter. We're trying to succeed even more. Hmm. So, what hobbies do I enjoy besides making videos? Playing basketball. Cherry guys, welcome back. I'm doing okay. We're doing okay over here. We're just today's the last phone stream, so it's the last stream. I'm gonna be doing this BS, just talking and doing nothing, and then I'm gonna set up everything tomorrow because I got the Wi-Fi extender. And I got my PC. I showed it earlier in the stream, so we're gonna set that up, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have a stream where I can react to things and we can do things, you know. So we'll see. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. No, it's not gonna be hard. I already have a PC. I've been had this PC. It's set up completely. Um, so everything's. I already have OBS and everything. It's just about like connecting it. It's not. I don't have anything to set up really. Let's just say that. I have to just set up things for the stream, like an end screen and all that good stuff, soundboard and stuff. So it's gonna be nice and fun and great and awesome and nice and fun and awesome and great. Like, so today is just a little chill, nothing crazy, nothing crazy at all, you know. So I'm fine with just hanging out with like 10 to 20 people, less than 10. I don't even care. Just hanging out. You guys are just looking at me hang out. Yes, lyrical. It is gonna be awesome, Cherry guys. It's gonna be awesome, fun, and great, definitely. Yeah, the videos I would reacting to, that I'll just what I'll probably would do is I'll save a lot of videos that I want to talk about throughout the day. I'll put them in like a drive or something, and we'll probably just look through them and I'll tell you guys my thoughts and I'd pause it and stuff. It's gonna be good. I feel like if I do that, I might stream for a very long time, but I think we're gonna root for 2 hours. Well, so when I have this set up, we're gonna do streams for 2 hours, 8 to 10, and we'll just react to stuff. And hopefully, I can make like maybe YouTube videos about it. Who knows? Um, I haven't made a YouTube video in a while, so that'll be fun if I can do that. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, and the Marshall show, is gonna blow up. And right now, I think the average for like people on the stream is like 10 to 20. My goal is for it to be at like 100 plus by the end of the year. And I know that's a little that's pretty eager. But I think we can get there, Cleo. I think we can get there. You know? I'll keep telling everybody at the end of the videos. Hopefully people look at some of the clips and look at some of the videos that I post and they see that we just have a good jolly old time. So like I think it'll be cool. And in Dream, I think we got to like 40 something for a little bit. We were actually at like 35 right before I had to go. I think people pitied me. So they all started leaving. But yeah, we'll start getting to like 100. Next stream, are you going to break into viewers' houses? I already do that, so I don't even want to stream that. Oh my gosh, dude, this gash, man. I'm not gonna show it, but it hurts. It is exciting, Takumo. I hope I'm saying that right. Takumo. I also have fan fiction on my other screen while watching this. What? There's nothing wrong about that. That's just called multitasking. I'm like, don't worry, I'm not stealing anything. I just go. I break in to watch you guys sleep, and then I leave. That's all I do. You know. That's all I do. Yeah, I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. This is the first time since it's happened that I had it without a Band-Aid. And the only reason I did it is because as the Band-Aid was here, as I'm talking to you guys, it started slipping off. So I'm just going to try to keep it good and keep it clean. And then when it's over, I'll go back and I'll have it all patched up again. So I'll be okay. Do I wipe? Yeah. What happened? I was opening up like a kitchen set and it had like very sharp new knives. And I was trying to put it in like back into like the holster. And I thought the holster was like a closed thing with like a just like a closed holster, and it didn't. So as I went put it in, it went through the holster and cut like this. Hey Sonny, yeah, I remember you. I remember you said you were gonna come back, and I'm happy you did. So that yeah, I cut myself, and I was bleeding everywhere. It was bad. Never happened to me before. I've been somebody that has actually not had a lot of injuries happen to me, other than like my did breaking. But you guys know that. So other than that, like I haven't really broken any bones or had too crazy of sprains. Okay, co-op. Okay, I'm glad you're here. I listened to The Dark Side of the Moon. That was the album you asked me for, right? I was having nightmares hoping that that's the album you asked me to listen to. So I just want to make sure that was it. Cause I know it's a Pink Floyd album. Just making sure. Because if not, then I'm going to have to listen to a whole nother album. Okay. So keep in mind, I am somebody that doesn't listen to music a lot. Okay? So going into it, I was very blind. And it's definitely not the type of album I expected it to be. Because it seems like as I listened to it multiple times, it was really a full album experience rather than like, oh, every single song is its own like unique hit, etc. But I will say, especially since it's an older album, what they're able to do in that album was pretty phenomenal. Like, if I have to be really honest, like, it held up to today's standards. It sounded so crisp and technical, and it just sounded extremely impressive for an album that's decades and decades and decades old. I think probably my favorite song was like Time, I believe. Um, and I like the album. I think I need to give it a few more listens. I need to give it a few more listens in my headphones because a lot of it was me letting it play throughout my room as I was doing stuff. Um, but as of right now, it was definitely a great album. Um, Now, what I say, it's like I think I need to give it a few more listens because it was just different than what I'm used to, you know. Because it was really an experience, and I think I have to listen to it a few more times, understanding that. Because obviously, all the songs aren't like songs that have like a bunch of verses and it's like a bunch of vocals. So it's like once you understand that and you're like, okay, I get what's going on, then you start to appreciate it a lot more. So I'm gonna listen to it a few more times. Yeah, it seems like if I was on edibles or something, Pasha, thank you so much. Thank you. Back again. It's like I don't even know how to thank you. When I make it big, I'm gonna remember you and I'm gonna super chat you a grand. How about that? And you guys gonna remember that. Remember that. If I ever get rich, remember Pasha. All right. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a trip. It's definitely an experience. But I liked it. I liked it. It seems like one of those albums that if you're going through something and you need to feel something, you put it on and it just like takes over your soul and your body. That's how I felt. You know? Top three beers. I haven't drinking a beer in my entire life. I do not like beer. I don't think I ever will, if I have to be honest. I think I drank like one IPA once and I had no idea what it was and I did not like it. Thank you, Club. I thank you for the suggestion. The next album is a self-titled album. It's the Slipknot. So that's the next one. Um, so we're gonna listen to that as soon as possible. And obviously I can't play copyrighted music on stream. If I could, I'll just listen to it there. What's my favorite color? Sunny, probably like a forest green or like a nice um, like coffee brown, just kind of nice earth colors. It's usually what I'm into. Can you do a stream eating cat food? You're asking a lot of interesting things, and I feel like you want me to get banned eating cat food. Are we being serious? Porterhead's Dummy 1994 album. Yeah, that's next on the list just because you're awesome, Dream, and you do a lot for me. What do you think about people who only talk about AI and not other political topics? Okay, and then let's see this. Also, why are you recording your videos less outside or just stays in the room all day except for when he breaks into his viewer's house? Okay, so I'll answer that first. It's the same thing. I've said this in other streams, but it's just way too fucking hot in Florida and it rains way too much. So it's not dependable. I can't go out there at any point in time and make videos. It's like it's not consistent. So I had to do something inside. And it's gonna look a lot better. It's all weird and bland, but again, we're gonna spruce it up. It's gonna look great eventually. And then people who look, my thoughts have changed about this a lot throughout the years. I used to be somebody who thinks that people who refuse to be political are like losers. I think at this point, I think if you care about AI and you don't have a lot of strong other political views, I think unless they're being so ignorant that they're refusing to learn, etc., I don't know. I think it's just kind of like whatever. I think it's annoying, especially if you're a grown adult. But like some people, and no matter what you do, are not going to be enriched in politics in the level that you want them to. And it used to really bother me, but right now I'm trying to maintain my peace so much that I try not to pay any mind. Like if I'm out with a friend and they don't know about politics, or they're just like I don't know, it's like, and I don't have much friends, so it doesn't really happen. I'm just like, all right, and I just don't talk about it, you know, because it's like it's just draining. It's so draining, and I try to do my political work on here, and I try to help other people be a little informed and stuff as much as I can. So if other people want to just care about just AI and nothing else, it's whatever. Because AI is like something that everyone seems to hate, you know? I think I felt that way with I think I used to feel that way when it comes to Palestine, and it's free Palestine till I die. But like I used to have a thought where it's like, wow, people care about Palestine, but they aren't even like left leaning. They have no idea what any politics really are other than the fact that they want Palestine to be free. And that can get annoying because you're like, okay, well, how about you care about some other issues? Like even like understanding the history of how we even got here, you know, understanding the um the actual historical context. But at the same time, the last thing I want these people to do is to not care. And a lot of times when you criticize these people, they become so alienated that they start thinking the opposite. And that's stupid. But like, I don't want to push people out of the pipeline to start learning more. You know? And I've seen a lot of people go down that route. Don't get me wrong, I'm free Palestine as well, but what about the Congo Sudan? Yeah, exactly. You know? And I made videos about this really early on about the Congo Sudan, especially like the Congo. A lot of people really they don't know about King Leopold or anything. They don't know about anything. So they don't know about how they're able to be on their phone, and how they don't know anything about what all these countries do to extract all these resources from the Congo, you know? So like, I think even though it frustrates me, I want people to care about something, you know? And it seems like a lot of people, when they brought it up, when they bring up those things, they think that we're trying to divide. And that's not the case. It's just you see a lot of things become like a trend, and you want all the support you can. And the reason it became a trend is because of the constant fighting that leftists were actually doing to have people care. But just like when you see BLM and Palestine and AI eventually, you know? Um, and yeah, that's a video I made too, Dream, about like it seems like when you look at the genocides in the world and you look at the colonialism, you start to understand that like the darker you are, the less people care. You know? And it really, really, really sucks. It sucks. It sucks. You know? Like I remember talking about the liberation of Burkina Faso and what they've been able to do with Traore and the coup. And people just don't give a they don't, you know? And you want to say, damn, like, y'all not rocking with Sankara and what he did? But people just don't know because it doesn't really concern them. They have no actual biases towards it because it doesn't concern them. It's like, why do we care? You know? And that's kind of how a lot of politics are. And people argue that we care about Palestine because of the ties between, the U.S. and Israel. But it seems like people hate Israel more than they care about Palestine. And it's almost like people, for some reason, think that Israel is like more evil than America, which I don't get how they came to that conclusion. And if that's bursting anyone's bubble, I apologize. Because Israel is genocidal, don't get me wrong, but like these ties are strong. Like People always feel like it's like Israel like controlling the U.S. because like they have power over us to the point where like we're defenseless. But it's like, come on now. It's like, let's be honest just for a second. You know, like this is a mutually beneficial relationship. You know, like think about APAC. Think about like, come on, guys. But I don't know. Again, it does get frustrating, and I've been wanting to make videos like, you guys hate Israel so much, you're starting to hate Jewish people, and you hating Jewish people is giving Netanyahu and Israel this fuel to say that they're safe, or not, sorry, not to say that they're safe, but to say that Jewish people are not safe, so they need this occupied land. You know, you're playing right into their game. And then when I say like, hey, do you even care about Palestine for real? They're like, you know, we can hate Israel for more than one reason. It's like, well, why do you hate Israel? If it's not for the genocide, you know? It's like, obviously there's a lot of reasons to not support Israel and what they're doing, but like, if it's a thing where it's not because of the genocide that they're enacting, is it because you feel like they just control the U.S.? Or is it because you feel like Jewish people control the world? You know? And then you get into a whole different thing. So, sorry, I'm not trying to get too dark and woke, but like, it is frustrating because you can tell it's a trend. Like these comments that are like love from Tel Aviv, I don't find it very funny. You know, I don't find it very funny because I know these people don't even care. Like there's this dude, this Yap talk that's like, my account got banned because I talked about Benjamin Netanyahu again. Hey. And it's like, you guys are LARPing this hatred for Israel, and you guys are joking about it. Like, this is a joke. Like, this is really that funny. It's like, it's not. You know? It has been happening for decades. The Nakba, you know what I mean? The Antifadas, 1 and 2. Like, this is not anything new. This is shit that's been happening for decades and decades and decades. Like, this isn't a game for these Palestinians, man. This isn't like a, ooh, we're quirky because we don't like Netanyahu. He's controlling us, guys. My TikTok video got burned down. I don't like this TikToker, so I'm going to say that I'm a fan from Tel Aviv. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. You know? But that's how it is sometimes. So I think, like, just hoping that this stuff creates people who support Palestine in some way, I think is beneficial. You know? So we're just going to hope that liberation is imminent. So that's all we can hope for. So I didn't mean to make things depressing, guys. You know? But to answer your question, yeah, people caring about AI and nothing else sucks. You know? Gubby AI, I don't know what those are. What's that? Gubby? I thought it said Gippy from iCarly. Okay. I don't got internet. I don't be watching stuff. I feel bad when you guys ask me what I think about things, and I'm like, I have no idea. It makes me feel so uneducated. Yeah, that's true. I think my mutual talk about Nestle a lot, but obviously I'm kind of in an echo chamber. So, you know, it reminds me like the first time I'm not gonna get into it. All right, Cherry guys. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to lock my doors at 7 in the morning. Okay, yeah, I will. Thanks for the nightmares, buddy. I'm like, sorry, I massacred this toothpick. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Today's like a really chill stream, so we're not doing anything super eventful, but it's still nice to have you. It's just gonna be a quick hour stream, and then I'm gonna head out, and then we're gonna figure out, how to set this up for tomorrow. And tomorrow's gonna be a very fun stream, very fun, very cool. Do you put your toothpicks in your mouth? Yeah, unfortunately. Secret Vigilant, you've been wilding out in these chats. All right. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully more people show up. Like I would like again the number of 100 people. That would make me feel good. I think the only thing I'm scared of is that if there's 100 people plus, I don't know how much I can interact with the comments or the chat. But we're gonna work on it. We're gonna try. You know, we're gonna try our best. Balloon, what have I been up to lately? Last few days, just making content, trying to stay on my diet. That's really it. I'm trying to figure out some kind of format that can make my videos do better. I love the Marshall show, but like, I want to get to a point where my videos do hundreds of thousands of views very consistently. And I don't know what to do for me to get there. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to maybe make a new show along with the Marshall show that's more geared to getting a lot of views. But I really don't know. I've been thinking about it, but by the time I try to even get there, it's time to make a video. So then I have to go make videos, and then I edit it, and then out of nowhere, now I'm back to square one. Wait, what did I say? Sorry. Favorite anime? Probably Hunter x Hunter. Can't beat that. I hope they are able to eventually animate this section of art. That'll be cool. I don't know if we're gonna get to the Dark Continent, man, but that'll be cool. Study thumbnails. Well, I'm not worried about YouTube videos. I really haven't put all my effort in a YouTube video yet. I think I'm confident with YouTube videos. I just mean like TikToks and stuff. That's why I really want to focus on. I should probably do better when it comes to thumbnails. Am I gonna talk about Blueface was saying colorist things to do? I didn't see that. I didn't see anything. I try not to catch up on what the fuck Blueface is doing. I'll say that. Blueface, baby. Yeah, like get that shit on my face. I'm like, I do have a skincare routine. I do. Sometimes I do neglect it when I get a little depressed, but I'm gonna be fine. Okay. I didn't put anything on today because I was doing a lot, but I'll get on it. Yeah, Blueface. Y'all know Blueface. Bust down, Tatiana. I want to see you bust down. Stand up. You know. I pray for baguettes, I pray for better days. No, you're not too harsh. I know I have to be better with my skincare. When my mood is not super strong, that's one of the first things to go. So I understand. But I've always had kind of like skin issues. So, but don't worry. By the end of the year, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. I'm telling you. Another thing, and Dream, I hope you're here for this. And guys, really, really give me some grace because I know probably a good amount of you aren't black. So give me grace when I say this because this is not, I'm not trying to offend or anything. But I do want to eventually collaborate with certain black creators, you know? And I'm worried that the type of content I make does not allow for that uh, very efficiently. Like I think about collabing with Berlizzi or RDC or these people, and not only do I not make that kind of content, I just feel like a lot of these people might look at my content and they might not align with it. And I do want a good, sizable black audience. Um, and I've been trying to figure out, obviously, I don't know. I don't know if my audience is majority black or not, but I'm assuming not. Just because, I think the reason I assume that is because I talk about certain things. And that's cool, Alana. I see you, right? I talk about certain topics and people really don't know what I'm talking about. And not that it alarms me, but I'm kind of like, for you not to know that, I'm assuming you might not be black. Just assuming, you know? Like, I'm not saying like Streamer University is like a part of black culture. And guys, this please know that I'm not saying that I don't like. If you're not black, I'm upset. So you guys don't have to say you're black or not. But like, I'm not saying Stream University is like black culture. Although I will say that I feel like the fact that a lot of people who followed me didn't know what the hell that was when I made a video about it. I don't know if that's indicative to having a large black audience. And there's nothing really wrong with that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing per se. What I am saying is that I want a good amount of crossover between these creators I want to collab with because that's probably the best chance I'll be able to. You know? Like when I made, I think it's fair to say that if you're black and you've watched content at some scale in the last decade, let's say you're over the age of 18, you know who Berlizzi is, right? You'll know who RDC is. And obviously, if you're not black, you probably know who they are too. But, like, you should know these people. And when I put a story saying I'm going to the ball, the Berlizzi ball, and like 80% of people were like, or let's say not 80, 65 to 70% of people were like, I have no idea who the fuck that is. What is that? And like only like 15% of people were like, yeah, I would want to go. And I think out of like 8,000 people, I think like 20 people said they were going to the ball. And that's cool. But like, I think to me that shows, okay, we don't have a lot of overlap. And obviously I don't game. I don't talk about anime. I talk about political issues. I talk about a lot about gay rights and trans rights, and obviously there's black gay people and black trans people. But I don't know if Berlizzi's fan base is really going to be caring about that at a large scale. No offense to Berlizzi, but he doesn't seem like he ain't a leftist. All right, Berlin ain't a leftist. Let's be honest. You know, I'm not saying he's racist or a raging conservative, but he's definitely not a damn leftist. So it's like, I don't know. Like, and I watch anime sometimes. I game once in a blue moon, but I don't want to start changing my content to appeal to like a type of collaboration I want to have. So I don't know. It's like, how else would I be able to do it other than being like absurdly popular? All right, Cleo, have a great day. Have a great night, I should say. So I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully that's not crazy for me to say. But I think I've always thought that. And I've reached out to Belize. I made a video telling people to mention or at him in the comments. I've texted Belize probably once every few months for the last few years because I'm such a fan. And again, I met him once as a fan, not as a content creator. So do I even think he knows I exist? I have no idea. But it would be really a dream to be able to have him on the show or anything, or to have anybody on the show. I haven't collaborated with anyone, you know? And I want to grow the show to something where it's collaborative and special and connected. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Or maybe I just have to come to terms with the fact that people that I watch, that I'm fans of, aren't as progressive as I am. And maybe that means that I'll never have that opportunity, So I don't know. I guess we're going to have to see. I don't know how the Marshall show is going to evolve. I don't know where I go from here. Between you and me, I'm getting a little not tired, but I want to branch out to something different. I want to have new formats. I want to do something that's repeatable and fun. I don't always want to talk about things that are depressing and sad, even though I know it's important, and I'm always going to do that. But I want to do different things. I love Joe Bart. Actually, I didn't tell you guys, but I made a video about Joe Bartolozzi on TikTok when he was talking about, black people being inherently violent or whatever. And I made a video and it got like 1.7 million views or something on TikTok, and he liked it. So that was cool. So I like Joe Bart, I think, but even he doesn't just talk about philosophy, and he doesn't talk about politics so much. That's not his brand. He does things, he games, he reacts to things, he does stuff. And I think that's what I have to start doing. I have to start just doing casual stuff that's fun. I think I'll create merch one day. I want to make beanies, but I don't know. I think my issue is that I'm scared that I'm going to start talking about things that aren't political, and people are going to be like, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, what do you even, because I'm like, are people following me for me, Marshall, or are they following me because I'm talking about these issues? So I'm scared that once I don't talk about them, people are going to not watch or care. That's my biggest fear. And I know you guys probably care because you're watching me stream. So if you're already at this part, I would assume that you care about me to that extent. But other people, my casual fan base, I don't know if they care about that. I've been thinking about documenting my fitness journey, but I don't know. That's something. I think my thing is I don't want to like talk about my fitness and then I quit and people are so disappointed in me. I just want to do this for myself with no expectations. Yeah, my plan is to like maybe have different shows. Like I do the Marshall show, that's about serious issues. And then I have other shows, that aren't as serious. That's always been my idea. Like I used to do a show called Phil, like kind of like a comedy skit type thing where it's like I played a character of Phil and I try my best to make it big as a content creator. I only have like 2 episodes, maybe 3, I don't remember. But all the people watching were like, "What the fuck is this?" That's really they were like, "What the hell is this?" But I know I have to be consistent. I just have to keep going. So I think I just put so much pressure on myself to succeed because that's important to me because I have so much things on the line. So when I do things that aren't really performing, I'm like, well, I can't invest more time in this. I gotta do things that work. And that's a trap that a lot of content creators I know fall under. But I don't want to do the same thing. I really need to just try to innovate and not get scared of the results, you know? That's what I have to do. I mean, so long as you're upfront with your audience, I think they would be okay. As long as so long as they know what to expect. Yeah, you're right. In my opinion, a really good vid for you to do, make live reactions to music that your viewers recommend. Also, if you like solo on time, you should listen to Comfortably Numb post live. Okay, I got you. We'll see, guys. I really hope you guys are here for this journey of me becoming successful. I'm at the point where I have a fan base, but I am not at the point where I'm making really any money. I got my check from content the other day. How much you guys think the check was? This is a check from TikTok, but YouTube is the same exact amount. So how much you guys think I made last month doing content from my views? I don't have any brands. I have a Patreon that gives a little bit, but this is how much I've gotten from all my views. How much you guys think? Less than $1? That would be painful. That would be pretty painful. Any other guesses? 100, 400, 120. I think my TikTok check was $150. And my YouTube check will be $150. So last month, I made around $300 doing content. So all the stuff you've seen me post, I got in a grand total of $300 from that. My goal is like 5 grand. So I'm pretty far away. And obviously brand deals will make that easier, but no one's branding my shit. It's just from last month. I have to go. Okay, you have a great day. Thank you for coming to the stream. That's just from last month. You know? And that's not a lot. And I'm very, very grateful that I even get that. But that's not enough for me to live off of course. So that's the goal. That's the goal. And we'll get there. You guys think I'll get there for real? Like sometimes I doubt myself. I think I'm not someone who's ever really been wealthy at all, obviously. And like the idea of me actually getting to that point is like ridiculous. But like, looking at my content and thinking, like actually critically, like I know you guys are fans of me, but like thinking about all the other influencers that make it and everything, it's like, do you think I'll get there? I'd do a podcast. I think it's just a lot to invest in for I don't know how much people would actually watch. You know? I think that's the only thing. Because I really want to make it. Like, I've been wanting this for my whole life. I'm 25. I've been wanting it since I've been like a freshman in high school. So, if we're going to go on Joe Rogan, no. I'll be like going on Chud's podcast. Chud the podcast. Like, that's very, very nice, unparalleled. You're very consistent with posting, and consistency one of the most valuable traits. No, popular, your person also. Welcome back, Sonny. Yeah, I think that's That's it. It's like, okay, I'm at this point where I'm consistent. I get okay views. But how do I get to that next step? And figuring out that path is going to be the key to how I perform. What's that next step? How do I get to the next level? And how do I not stay stagnant? I meant to say episode, but I didn't. That's fine. I understand what you meant. Would I be open to doing makeup tutorials? I don't know how to do makeup, but I don't care about people putting makeup on my face. You know, I'll put anything on my face, and I mean anything. So it doesn't really bother me. Promote the Discord. Yeah, I just need, and Dream knows, I just need more moderators for me to have like 1,000 plus members on my Discord. I just don't really want to get to that point. All right, y'all. I've been here for an hour. It is my anniversary still. So today's a little short stream. I love you guys. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be more fully fledged out. What if you have your partners put makeup on you as a video stream? That would be cool. I don't know if they're ready to be on camera, though. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for showing out to this chill stream. You guys mean everything to me. I love you guys, and I dedicate my life to you guys, truly. You guys saved my life. You guys gave me a mission and a purpose, and I appreciate it. So I love you guys so much, okay?